G'day, welcome to 2025. We're going to actually revisit a previous year model Dell laptop. Here is the Dell Latitude 5450. It's a 14-inch business laptop, and this is what I actually call the workhorse computer, because you see this very common in a lot of business, commercial, enterprise that actually see this very common given to a lot of staff. Now this is the 5000 series, so it's what you call smack in the middle. It is the workhorse computer, as I said before. Now this was released in 2024 and it's been out for about a year. Now here in 2025, Dell have actually done a major change. They actually rebranded most of their laptops here in 2025. Now this here is the Latitude series. Now here in 2025, the new series will actually be called the Dell Pro for the Latitudes. That's replacing the Dell Latitudes. And they'll have 3 tiers for it: the base, the plus, and also the premium. Now that's all about the configuration of them really, but the Dell Pro is the Latitude series. So I thought I might actually still revisit this one because I didn't really do the review for it last year in 2024, so I thought I might just quickly do the temperatures and fan noise and some of the benchmarks, just so you got some sort of comparison to the new Dell Pro that will be released this year in 2025. So what is the difference? Now first off, what the Dell Latitude 5450, now this from the previous model there, it really didn't do that much change in the chassis itself. What really major change was really just the processor. It actually has the new Intel Core Ultra. Now this one here is the Series 1, so you actually find they've got the new NPU, so helping with a lot of the AI tasks. Now AI tasks, we throw that are really a lot around. A lot of it isn't really using the NPU much yet because it needs to be programmed, but really the big parts that you actually feel in commercial wise and business wise is actually in video conferencing, especially that blurring, or you put those backgrounds for it so you actually get those. That actually helps save a lot of power of the NPU there, because it's handed to that task of the NPU to actually do the blurring, or even to define where to actually change the actual background. Now that is actually quite intensive, but the NPU cuts that process a lot better and more efficient, which actually gives you a lot more battery life. So this is actually for a business that is actually very useful for Teams and Zoom and video conferencing, whatever you want to use. That is where really the main power you see for NPU currently. So this is the Intel Core Ultra Series 1. Now with the Dell Pro, you actually see the introduction of the Lunar Lake, or the Series 2 of the Intel Core Ultra. So you actually see a lot more benefit. Now I really like the Lunar Lake, so definitely, but this is still a great laptop.
Looking at temperatures and fan noise, when I took my measurement, the ambient temperature room was 25 degrees Celsius. And just to give you a reference point, my hand was anywhere between 36 to about 37 degrees Celsius at this room temperature. So I took my base measurement when the computer was idle, and the hottest air around the keyboard measured a maximum of 37 degrees Celsius. And as for the fan noise, it stayed silent at 36 decibels, and the average internal core temperature was 47 degrees Celsius. Then I put 20% load on the computer. It's pretty much average use. That's tasks like office productive work, surfing web, streaming videos, and the hottest air around the keyboard stayed at 37 degrees Celsius, and also the fan noise stayed silent at 36 decibels, and the average internal core temperature did increase by 1 degree to 48 degrees Celsius. Then I put 50% load on the computer, and the hottest air around the keyboard measured a maximum of 41 degrees Celsius. And as for the fan noise, it did spin up to a maximum of 42 decibels, and the average internal core temperature was 61 degrees Celsius. Then I put 100% load on all the system resources, and the hottest air around the keyboard measured a maximum of 47 degrees Celsius. And as for the fan noise, it stayed again at 42 decibels, and the average internal core temperature was 83 degrees Celsius. While the computer had 100% load, I put the computer in ultra performance in the thermal management in the Dell Optimizer to allow the computer to run at its maximum potential, and the hottest air around the keyboard measured a maximum of 50 degrees Celsius. And as for the fan noise, it did spin up to a maximum of 45 decibels, which is not really that loud compared to other laptops, and the average internal core temperature was 91 degrees Celsius. I also measured the bottom back cover while I maintained the 100% load on all the system resources, and the bottom back cover measured a maximum of 46 degrees Celsius. So I definitely don't advise putting this on your lap while it's running on 100% load. This particular Latitude 5450 came with a 42 watt-hour battery, and I managed to get 7 hours and 27 minutes for the modern office battery life test in PC Mark 10, 1 hour and 43 minutes for gaming, and 7 hours and 4 minutes for video playback on the Procon battery life test. Measuring the color gamma coverage of the full HD IPS non-touch display, which has a maximum brightness rating of 300 nits, it resulted with 53.6% sRGB coverage, 37.3% Adobe RGB coverage, and 38.2% DCI P3 coverage.
This is a recording from the 1080p webcam from the Dell Latitude 5450. This is the video and audio unedited, so you can hear and see what the quality of the webcam is like. Now I've also got the background blurring happening at the moment, which is actually using the NPU. So I'm actually going to move really quickly so you can see how well this is doing. It's actually doing quite nice. You do see a little bit of artifacting, but still it is actually doing quite quick. I am moving quite quick here. Now, as always, I've got two types of lights currently turned on. I've got my one studio light turned on and also the downlights in this room turned on for ambience. Now I'm actually going to turn off my one studio light off and you'll see this adjust. Now the two downlights in front of me is a bit far away. It's actually what I consider a dark environment. So there's not much light hitting on my face, you'll see, and see how that adjusts. Now that's with this blurred background on at the moment. I'm actually going to quickly turn off that blurred background off now, so see how that goes. And I'm going to turn my studio light back on and see how that goes. And hopefully you should have better light, should give you better quality picture. Now I'm going to just turn that background back on, and of course with the studio effects here you can actually get auto framing. So I've just turned on auto framing here, so let's see how it goes. It's actually just chasing my, and this is all done by NPU, the AI system itself.
Here's the results of the benchmarks performed on the Dell Latitude 5450. Here's the results for PassMark, Citybench 2024, PC Mark, 3D Mark, Crystal Disk Mark, Crossmark, Geekbench 6, Procon Office, Procon NPU, Procon Photo Edit, Procon Video Edit, Puget Photoshop, Puget Premiere Pro, Luxmark, Furmark, Eugene Engine, and SpecView Pref 2020.
Hope you're finding this video informative or you enjoyed it. You know what to do. Smash that like button and share this video. It does help me out. And as always, imperfections in life makes it beautiful and interesting. And I'll see you next video.